Coming up next on this edition of In the City. Some kids are going back to school, some are staying home. Join us as we find out what to expect. Also, the Murfreesboro Electric and Middle Tennessee Electric merger is finalized. Plus, the 2020 census is in full swing and there's still time to send in your information. And the Human Resources Department, with the help of CityTV, produced a video to promote city employment. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. Schools will be functioning a lot different this year. We sit down with the interim city schools director to find out what distance learning and traditional learning will look like.
Interim Murfreesboro City School Director talks about the upcoming school year and the changes that will affect students, teachers, and parents.
Our students are going to be guaranteed 6.5 hours of instruction 180 days this school year. We are going to provide distance learning. Teachers are going to do a Zoom or on Google, and they're going to educate the students in a live setting, even in a distance learning environment. They'll have a certain amount of time for English language arts, science, math, special area content, lunch, of course, breaks. Some of the things that we're going to do in a traditional school setting, our modifications are: once your child gets on the bus, they will have their temperature checked by the bus aide. If your child has a fever, your child will be separated from the other students once they get on the bus. And then when they get off the bus, your child will be taken to the nurse or an isolation room monitored by an adult. And then you would be called as a parent to please come pick up your child because they have a fever, just like we have in the past. Also, if you are a car rider, your child's temperature would be taken as soon as maybe before they get out of the car. We're going to require masks of our students and masks of our teachers. We're not going to share supplies. Each child will have their own supplies. We'll have social distancing in the classroom, at least 3 feet from one desk to another desk. The teachers will stay in the classroom. They will eat lunch in the classroom. Also, the students will not go to the music room or art room. We'll have music and art on a cart. Physical education will be either in the gym or outside if possible. We'll wipe down the desk as much as we can during the day. We've purchased supplies that will provide the utmost cleaning before and after school. Also, our buses will be wiped down in between routes. It's an adjustment period for all. And we're going to take our time. We're going to be patient. We're going to be understanding for your children. And we hope that you will as well as parents.
I asked ring staff, knowing the challenges of opening a school during a pandemic, why he stepped up to run a school district after the passing of Linda Gilbert.
I get very little sleep a night, 4 or 5 hours. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and something will come to me and I'll write it down right then or I'll forget and then I'm wide awake for 2 hours. But I just am so pleased, and I can't say enough great things about the team here in Murfreesboro City Schools because everybody has stepped up. Linda Gilbert has left us, and everybody has stepped up to help out in a time of need. So it's pretty amazing what we've done.
After months of waiting, the MED and MTEMC merger is approved and final. Here's what you will want to know going forward. After a lengthy process, the Murfreesboro Electric and Middle Tennessee Electric Membership Corporation merger has been approved by the TVA and is now final.
We're highly confident that we are better together. It's already demonstrated itself to be that very quickly. And again, if you're a Murfreesboro Electric customer and enjoyed the great service that they rendered for many, many years, you're going to continue to enjoy that service, but again, you're going to see some increased benefits.
The first thing on most people's mind is probably, how will this affect my bill? Former MED customers should be getting their first bill soon, if not already. On it will be instructions on how to get set up for online payments or in-person payment options.
Our rates are 25% below the national average. and rates are going to stay the same as they are right now for the next 2 years. And as we come together, because of the efficiencies we are gaining, we are going to be able to maintain uniquely low rates here in Murfreesboro and throughout our service territory for many, many years to come.
Customers can still visit the MED building on Walnut Street and now any other location in the area.
If you happen to be in Smyrna, Franklin, Mount Juliet, Lebanon, we have offices there. You can go into those offices or go through those drive-thrus. So those are available now to city residents throughout our service territory.
Another convenient option is the My MTEMC app. Just download the app and sign up to have benefits such as outage reporting and bill pay right at your fingertips.
We encourage all the MED customers to download that app. They may have had an app before, but this one provides them more capability, more robust service. The other app is going to be deactivated.
This merger also brings the benefits of a larger corporation to employees.
As we promised, every MED team member coming into our team, has a job at the same level of pay that they did before. So it's very important for us to make sure that benefits and jobs were secured.
P.D. Minot, MED General Manager, who's been with Murfreesboro Electric for 30 years, says this is a great opportunity for the entire community.
We had a great utility here. We got a great bunch of employees. But it's a little bittersweet. I've been here for 30 years, but really excited about the change and the opportunities that it presents for our employees, our citizens, our community.
This merger makes Middle Tennessee Electric the largest in the country for electric sales and second in terms of number of customers, going from 68,000 to over 300,000. These numbers mean more benefits for the customer.
We're here to serve. So if anyone has questions, concerns, suggestions, ideas, we want to hear from our members across our system, but especially those who are now coming on from the city of Murfreesboro.
For more detailed information about your new Middle Tennessee Electric bill or services, go to mtemc.com or call 877-777-9020. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. With so much going on this year, it's been challenging for the 2020 census to get 100% compliance. Participation is very important for local and state government budgets, and there is still time for residents to fill theirs out.
The 2020 census is well underway. We have more than 61% of the United States population counted, and actually 62% or up to almost 65% in Rutherford County. So we are really happy with the response here in Rutherford County. Every single response to the census counts in bringing more of our federal tax money back to Rutherford County to fund services that everyone uses, and that would include funding education, health care, roads, and public safety. All the services that people rely on for a well-functioning community, especially a growing community like Murfreesboro, is important to be funded. There is absolutely no risk to you in responding to the 2020 census. Your responses are 100% confidential under federal law, and they can't be shared with any other government agency or with anyone else for that matter. We have reopened our area census offices in the state of Tennessee, and we are gearing up to start sending census takers out into communities to start visiting households that have not responded to the census on their own. All census takers will be well trained and well equipped to ensure that they are protected from COVID-19 and that their actions are not going to put the public at risk for any transmission of COVID-19. Beginning in March, most households received through the U.S. mail an invitation to respond to the 2020 census. In that invitation, there's a census ID code that makes it very easy for the Census Bureau to tag the response to the location of the house. Now, a lot of people did that right off the bat by going online to www.2020census.gov, and in 5 or 10 minutes, depending on the size of your household, you can easily answer just a few questions about each person living in the house, and then you're finished. A lot of other people took advantage of another new opportunity, and that is to respond to the census by phone. You can call 844 330-2020 and provide your census responses by telephone. That's a simple way to do it if you're not comfortable in the online environment. Or you can just use a pencil and you can fill out your census form that came to you in the mail and you can send it back to the Census Bureau, no postage required. If you don't have a census ID, you can respond to the census just by going online and putting in your address, or when you call on the telephone, you can give them your address and you can be counted that way.
The City of Murfreesboro's HR department and CityTV come together to promote city employment. Are you looking for employment? The Murfreesboro Street Department has you covered. The Street Department has been serving the city for many years.
I'm the crew lead for the tree crew. I worked at the City of Murfreesboro for around 2.5 years. Love being outdoors, love working with my hands. If you enjoy being outdoors, this is definitely a job for you. For me, I was hired on as a climber and been promoted to crew lead for the tree crew. But there's definitely room to promote or grow definitely within the department.
I am a crew leader for the Street Department of Murfreesboro. I like being outside. This job, most of it is being outside in the elements, whether it's sun shining or rain or snow. We're kind of a big family. We all get along with each other, and at times we have dinners and lunches together just to keep that camaraderie.
Rain or shine, all seasons, we've got you covered.
The part-timers, they come in here and they're working a 29-hour schedule opposed to our full-time people who are working a 40-hour schedule, and we kind of allow them the flexibility to adjust days off.
We have a lot of part-timers that are MTSU students, so they get to come in, work their 29 hours or a little bit less, whatever works with them.
There's a lot of hard work, and you will get dirty. You work in various different climates, weather, different times of the year.
It is a physical job, what we do. You'll be outside, you'll get your hands dirty. It's a lot of hard work, but we have fun while we do it.
What are you waiting for?
Come join us.
The Murfreesboro Water Treatment Plant every 2 years takes a waste product from the water treatment process and distributes it into farmland that helps enrich the soil.
The Murfreesboro Water Treatment Plant is a lime softening water plant. 1.5 to 3 tons of lime is used every day in the process. After it's mixed with the incoming water from the river, the solids settle to the bottom and is no longer needed.
That lime has to be taken out and put somewhere, and we take it out and put it in the lagoon. Also with that lime is river silt. Any river silt that has been removed from the river will also be in this product that's being put into these lagoons. The reason they're being put into lagoons is because we're not allowed to put it back into the river.
Over time, the lime in the lagoon hardens to a clay dirt consistency and will eventually need to be removed.
This is the second time that we've used this process of injecting our sediments and lime into farmland. It's shown very good outcomes in the hay fields as far as production of hay and the amount of hay that the hay farmers are getting.
The lime needs to be brought back to a liquid form, so water is added. A machine that is operated wirelessly shoots the water into the hardened lime mixture to break it up and make it into a slurry. The machine will also go through the slurry and spin to make sure it stays mixed together, like a blender. The liquid is then extracted out of the lagoon and pumped into a trailer. A tractor transports that trailer, full of the slurry, to farmland. This day it was taken to MTSU's farm, near the treatment plant. The land is tilled simultaneously as it injects a toothpaste consistency of this lime mixture into the ground.
So it's every other year that these lagoons get the sediment and lime removed. And this is the second time that we've done it this way. We used to use dump trucks, haul it to a farm, dump it on a farm, and then spread it out. Well, the way we're doing it now is we're taking it out in a liquid form, What the soil is going to get is really good pH adjustment because the major product in this is going to be lime. However, there will be nutrient value as well with the sediment from the river.
The partnership between the city's water treatment plant and MTSU is crucial for this process to flourish. The plant is discarding the lime in an environmentally friendly way, and MTSU is receiving the product for free. That enhances their hayfield.
They have a farm program where they raise cattle, and that's what this is, a hayfield for their cattle. There's also the Drake farm. The Drake farm is also part of this, so we have to apply for land applications through the state. And then the person putting this material on the ground follows that land application. And what happens is we'll rotate farm to farm to farm. You don't want to keep putting lime and building lime up. You want to give it a few years, and then go back to there and add it on there. You can put too much. That's where the contractor comes in. The contractor knows exactly how much he put in exact what spot he put it. So he's keeping track of where he's putting this lime, and he's maintaining the soil. He's doing soil tests to determine whether that soil can accept any more lime or not.
With the city's commitment to keep traffic flowing, we highlight a project that is part of the city's congestion mitigation plan.
This is the Robert Rose right turn lane project. So what we're doing is we are putting in a right turn lane on Robert Rose, turning right onto Thompson Lane, going northbound. It will extend from the intersection down towards Oaks Retail near Ashley Furniture. Most of the time we get feedback from residents, and normally we will perform a traffic study, and then from there we will start designing the project if it's a good candidate, and then we will go to construction. So a traffic study will entail traffic counts for cars, how much backup there is at certain points of the day. We try to look at all points of the day, but mostly during peak hours, like rush hour or lunchtime, that sort of thing. We are putting in a new water line and also tying that into the water main. And then we also have to relocate a lot of the electrical poles. And then we're also going to be putting in some sidewalks. And also, since this is a drop-off, we'll have a retaining wall and some wing walls as well. Bell & Associates is working with the Murfreesboro Water Department on relocating the line. But we also have to work with some of the different utilities such as Comcast, AT&T, and what was MED is now Middle Tennessee Electric. So we have to work with a lot of different entities for the utilities. So there's a lot of coordination that goes on. We're projected to complete in October of this year, and the project is valued at $1.2 million. And right now we are remaining in budget.
Another street project that has been causing lane closures for some time is the Tennessee Department of Transportation's construction of sidewalks on Memorial Boulevard between DeJarnette Lane to Thompson Lane. I think we can all agree how this will not only beautify Murfreesboro, but help those with disabilities, promote exercise, and take cars off the road. We look forward to the completion of this project. Mayor Shane McFarland and the Murfreesboro Water Resources Department encourage you and your family to make a pledge toward water conservation. Take the pledge to conserve water during the month of August, which is Water Quality Month, and you'll be entered for a chance to win in a daily prize drawing.
The story of pollution, water, and energy conservation doesn't end when we turn off the tap or device. In the city of Murfreesboro, the conservation and recycling of these vital resources are three of the best solutions for a community's growth, future, and overall sustainability. I'm joining with mayors across the country and asking our residents to make a commitment to use less water and energy and generate less pollution during the entire month of August. By taking part in this National Conservation Challenge, water and energy use and pollution across the country will be drastically reduced, and participating residents can even win prizes. The Murfreesboro Water Resources Department has partnered with the Wyland Foundation on this challenge. We encourage you to make a commitment to accept the challenge today. Go to mywaterpledge.com and do your part to use energy more efficiently, reuse and repurpose trash before recycling, and protect our planet's most precious resource, our drinking water.
The Parks and Recreation Department gives us an update on the use of pools going forward during this pandemic.
Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation normally meets summertime head-on with plenty of fun in the sun, and a big part of that includes activities in the pool. Due to coronavirus, this year pool use has been restricted. MPRD normally offers 3 options for swimming, but with Patterson Pool under repairs and the indoor and outdoor pools at Sportscom Limited, this has been less than a normal summer.
So the indoor pool is open. We bought extra lap lanes to get all 8 in and make sure that everybody's separated, but we have been letting members of the same household swim next to each other, so there's a little bit more space available. And even the outdoor pool is open now. We have lap swim 8 to 4 every single day, and we have our aerobic classes Monday through Friday have been outside, weather permitting. For lap swim outside, it's been just first come, first serve. If the lane's available, you can swim. Members of the same household can swim together. For the class outside, there's a lot more room than in the indoor pool, and we have all the sunshine. So we've been letting as many people as want to join the class come, and that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's 8 to 11, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 10.
Now more than ever, health is definitely a concern. No doubt, maintaining good health includes some type of exercise. And with water aerobics, you can feel your desire to be poolside, as well as build on your physical fitness.
The first class we do at 8 o'clock is more cardio, so there's more jumping and hopping and bouncing. But if we have patrons come and they like that time slot, they don't have to hop, jump, or bounce. They can do whatever they want to do. I'm just here to make them do a little bit more than what they would do by themselves. So it's supposed to be more cardio, but you're going to get more strength training too. And the second class is more like cardio sculpt. I mean, it's more, you get some cardio if you want it, but if you don't want it, you can go slower. And we use slow control motions. We work arms, abs, glutes, legs, full body workout. So when you have left here, you've worked every muscle. And then the deep water is more deep core muscles because you're using a lot of abs and glutes with the deep water. The main goal is to have a healthier lifestyle. A lot of people have had hip replacements, knee replacements, they have back issues, so that helps keep them off the meds. Just an overall better lifestyle. When you're exercising, you're eating healthier because you start thinking about what you're putting in your body when you're exercising because you don't want to sabotage your workout. So, and then you have other people that encourage you and help you be a better person. Once you get started, you're going to love it because you're not like really sweating because the water keeps you cool, and you don't realize how hard you're working out until you're getting up out of the pool and you're like, wow, I really got a good workout.
Water aerobics classes are scheduled regularly at Sportscom in Patterson, with classes at Patterson currently suspended for construction.
As far as Patterson Park goes, it's not open quite yet. We still got a little construction left. We had to reinforce the roof, get a new dehumidification system in there, so the air quality is going to be much better than it was before we shut down. So the timing is kind of lined up conveniently.
With safety being a concern, MPRD asked for help from its patrons.
Just common sense practice, same as anywhere else. You want to keep your distance from people. We have a couple of signs up. If you are at risk and if you feel it necessary for yourself, wear a mask. It's not mandatory from the facility, but if you feel it's in your best interest, then you should wear one. People want more information, they can call the facility at 615-895-5040. Also check the Facebook page. There may be information on there that's not in the publication or online, just kind of day of type of information. Or they can go online and check out the Parks and Recreation publication, The Rec Connection.
Parks and Recreation has also had to reorganize and even cancel summer camps this year, but there is one that was still offered during this unusual summer.
With the city of Murfreesboro still working hard to maneuver the global pandemic, the Parks and Recreation Department has worked out a plan to restart an abbreviated summer camp schedule, and one of the camps offered is Guard Smart Camp. More than just summer activity, this junior lifeguard camp has provided very usable life skills to campers they can use for years to come.
This is our Guard Star camp. Mostly we're just bringing in kids. The age range starts at 11 or 10 and then we go up to about 14. But mostly we're just kind of teaching them the basics of first aid and CPR, so they will come out with a great understanding of that. And then we also will go over like a couple of water saves and the best way to pull somebody out of the water if they really do need to be. But you know, for the most part, it's just about letting the kids have a good time and understand water safety.
So today we learned how to do CPR on a baby. And you need to, so what you do is you have to like check a person's like pulse and get up to their mouth and like try to hear if they're breathing, and then look at their chest to see if it's going up and down just to make sure. And then for a baby, we can't like push down with all our might like we would with an adult. So you have to like use your thumbs and kind of just lightly go 1/2 inch to 1 inch, trying to get their blood flowing and their heart pumping. And we also learn how to like give them air, and you have to do a mouthful of air and just kind of lightly blow into their mouth.
I mean, I really want them to learn it. It's very important, CPR and first aid, and the earlier they learn it, the more it's going to stick with them throughout life. So at first we kind of start them on land, and we make sure that everyone that signs up for this class can swim. That's one of our prereqs for it, is to make sure that they can swim and can swim in deep water. So we'll do some saves in the shallow end first, and then we'll practice them in the deep water, and the whole purpose of that is children are far more comfortable in water where they can touch versus in the deep water when you take that security of having the ground out from under them.
Maturity, accomplishment, and readiness. All feelings Guard Star Camp helps bolster. And with a chance to put lessons into practice, the class also builds confidence.
It's not just a one-time learn-it-all type of thing. You can come back and keep on learning, keep on advancing, and so a lot of them actually end up kind of becoming lifeguards afterwards, so it kind of is a little stepping stone up to that point.
Well, I've always found like a passion for like swimming and wanting to be a lifeguard. And we were looking at different swim camps, and we just saw this one, and it had a lot of good reviews, so we figured out why not try it, and I really liked it so far. They were teaching us how to do different saves and different jumps into the water for a save, and I really like how they're teaching us all different kinds of CPR. The instructor is really nice. I really like her as a coach and all of that, and it's just been really fun doing this and making new friends and all that.
Just the other day, as some of the kids were climbing into the car, they were just saying how much fun the class was and how much they enjoyed it, which always makes me feel great, to hear that. But even the parents, they talk about how much their children come home, and like they talk about how they've learned CPR and how they're telling them if they'll do CPR on them if they need it. And so the parents are definitely all for this. We usually try to do a Guard Star camp every year, so it's not like if you miss it one year, you can't sign up for it later. But we have lifeguarding classes, which if you're 15 years old, you can sign up for those. The best way to figure out what classes we're offering is just to call SportsCom, call the front desk, you can look the number up online, and you could ask for Kyle Goss or even Cody Saffold to talk to them about what we have coming up.
To find out more about lifeguard camps and classes, check out the Rec Connection or call SportsCom at 615-895-5040. Now, if you're looking for great evening events, look no further than the Wilderness Station and their What's Up night hikes. The next hike is coming up soon, so call the station today at 615-217-3017 for dates and times.
One of Linebaugh Library's most popular programs in May had to be canceled, but the program was restructured and we think bigger and better than ever.
Normally in May we would have Free Comic Book Day, and this year, for obvious reasons, that was not something that happened. And so the people who do Free Comic Book Day, it's a national initiative, decided to restructure it as Free Comic Book Summer. So now we are giving away free comics every Wednesday, new titles every Wednesday. So you can come in and ask for a bag that looks like this, and it will have in it new issues of new comics that have just come out. So like this week we got a new Archie, and we have an X-Men comic that we've got a whole bunch of, Power Rangers. So there's a lot of really good stuff, and it's going to be new stuff every single week. So you can come back every week and either come in or use curbside, and there are new titles coming for Free Comic Book Summer every week through September 9th. In conjunction with that, we're doing something that we hope that will kind of keep people interested and give them a fun game to play called Hero Head 2020. And it's a contest where we started with the Thing from the Fantastic Four. We put his head in the window, and it was people's job to come by and take a picture of his head in the window and then hashtag it RCLS Hero Head 2020 and post it to Instagram or Twitter, and that gives them an entry in a contest. And at the end of this event on September 9th, we're going to have a big drawing on our social media where we'll spin the prize drum and pull out someone's name and award a grand prize. So this week's head is going to be Spider-Man. So if you come by our either the Linebaugh Library or the Tech, look for Spider-Man's head in the window, take a picture, post it with the hashtag, you'll be entered in the contest. So Free Comic Book Summer is going to be taking place at all branches of the Rutherford County Library System, including the Bookmobile. So if you see the Bookmobile out on one of its stops, you can come by and ask. They will have bags of the free comics to give away for as long as they hold out. We have all ages offerings, we have some teen offerings, so be sure you kind of check with what we've got. For more information, you can get in touch with me via email, or you can call us at 615-893-4131, and my extension is 134. I'll answer any questions that you have about either Free Comic Book Summer or the RCLS Hero Head 2020 contest that we're having.
Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.